What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So guys, I want to have a conversation about Bad Baby. Bad Baby is pregnant, 20 years old, and expecting her first child, formerly known as Cash Me Outside. And I want to talk about this because there's so many ladies talking about getting the bag. It's a very important topic. Getting the bag, making a lot of money. I don't need no man, and all of this, which, like I said, I'm not a hater. I'm very for women empowerment. Again, you know, I think women, that if they can work for something, let them get it. I don't have any issue with that. But I think it's how you get it, right? And we got to talk about, it's not what you talk about, it's how you do it. I ain't talking about words. I ain't talking about how you say it, it's how you do it. Look at the ladies like Nicki Minaj, Keke Palmer, Meg Thee Stallion, Bad Baby. All of them have a huge market share. But can we just be honest? There is not a level of class of how they do things, which is why the men that they deal with, they always make more than, for the most part, especially in the Keke Palmer way. The way they do that, high value men do not see it as being classy. That's the issue there. They don't look at it as classy. So it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money. When you want to get married or deal with somebody, that person is automatically usually beneath you if you're a woman that has money, if those group of men do not perceive you as being classy. So now you have Bad Baby with all of these millions, and she's dealing with somebody by the name of Levon, whoever the hell he is. Now you're going to be a baby mama to a guy by the name of Levon, who probably don't have anything in comparisons to you. And I'm just looking at the guy, and he's next to her. And, well, I think that's all that needs to be. I don't have any problem with the young man. I don't know the guy, but he's not clearly what she is financially. And this is the price that ladies pay when they get their money in the kind of hood type environment, kind of raunchy environments. You get those kind of guys that appeal to you despite the fact that you have 1% income. Okay? You see it all the time. These ladies are dealing with guys that don't have anything to offer them financially. So they haven't really figured out, like, okay, maybe the way that I present myself is a problem with who I am. No. Whatever I am, you accept it or else. Then when the other guys, and it don't matter the race, because look at Bad Baby clearly is white. Do you see any famous rich rappers, producers trying to date her? No. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Guys that have money have a lot to lose when they're classy to deal with somebody who just has money and they don't have class. When you're a person that's trying to be respected in the business environment, right? That's how you earn your money. Everything, optics is very important. How a person looks, how the woman looks, you know, especially if you're the person you want to bring somebody to your home or amongst your mom. Can you bring them? I'm going to be honest. Does she look like somebody that, you know, you want to go to a PTA meeting for or with? No, I'm going to be honest. It doesn't make her a bad person or anything like that. But she may have millions of dollars. But again, the people that she would attract to her on her own life are not going to be the kind of guys that are like her or on the same financial level. Because men that have a lot of money, usually outside of entertainers, you can't deal with that representation. Doesn't matter your color. So she's pregnant by a guy she's taking care of. And this is going to be the norm because a lot of ladies want to be what they want to be and not wanting to fit into a mold of what a man would want his wife to be. And so the reality of that is you get to take care of a guy. That's the downfall of that. Keke Palmer, the same way. You get to take care of a guy. All right. And more ladies are going to run into that conundrum. Whereas you'll be dealing with a man that you have more money than, but because, you know, you don't want to maybe fit into what a guy that has, although they have no problem with a man capitulating to them. That's one thing I will tell you about women and dating in any area. Women want men to capitulate, be gentlemen, do this. Isn't what Tia Mowry is saying? Well, guys are not opening the door for women. Guys are not chasing after women. But just right before that, you know what? I need my own freedom. I need my peace, you know? And then you hear Lori Harvey, don't deal with situations that don't serve you, but steadily you want to be served. So when you don't want to serve the other party, you get to deal with the guys who are not the top level people in relationships. You get to deal with men that you're going to have to provide for. And then what I hear is have the attitude with the guy because he can't do what you're doing. You know, then all of a sudden want to threaten to kick the guy out the house, talk down to the man. You ain't nothing. You ain't this. You ain't that. But you're the one. You're the one that's, you know, behaving in such a way that you would even be around the guy. And I'm gonna say the same thing with Keke Palmer. How is it that he even got around her? The guy Darius Jackson. Somebody like her. How did she even get around this guy? How? It's some things that need to be talked about. I can tell you how. One of the reasons is because the guys in the industry that she could have been dealing with, number one, are probably already married and don't want to put up with what they perceive as a pejorative attitude towards being in a relationship with a man that has means. All right. As much as you want to get out of something, is as much as you want to put in. That's what I think a lot of ladies are missing out on from the man's perspective. You want to get out this without putting in that. You know, you want to get out without putting in. And no, you need to also invest. You need to compromise, you know? And a lot of ladies end up being unhappy. They end up getting the money. They end up doing whatever they're doing. They may have a appeal to that kind of ratchet side of fan base. And then the whole thing that you get outside of the nice neighborhood, you live in a ghetto life in a mansion style neighborhood. A ghetto life like Nicki Minaj, taking care of a guy who's an offender in a rich neighborhood because you're the living testimony of, you know what? I can't get the guy who's doing better than me, like Beyonce did. I don't appeal because of the way I present myself or the way I act or the way I talk. Because no man, and you can never change that about men in any era. A man wants a woman. Not saying that she's not a woman, but you know what I'm talking about. The attributes. A woman who's going to be feminine. A woman who can be, at times, let me not say the S word, submissive. A woman who's compromising. A woman who wants a man to be able to lead her. Those are things that men like. It's not a crime. That's how men are created. It's in their nature. We're trying to dehumanize men in that way for being who they naturally are in today's world. I get that, but that doesn't stop them from being their nature. You know, you can tame a tiger or a lion all you want, but his nature and true nature is something you can't take from him. And men are always going to want some woman that is going to play into a role that makes them look good. And these ladies are making all this money and they're getting pregnant by guys that they could have got pregnant by without having the money. What was the point of having the money when you could have found that kind of person anywhere? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.